VinController.eu. Check vehicle history for every used car in Europe. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of our Volkswagen Beetle series. You guys seem to like this series a lot, and it makes us really happy. And today, we're at audio tuning at Ivanka pri Dunaji. You can see their website there. And why am I here? Well, the reason is rather simple. It's because we promised our Beetle... Yeah, I know it sounds funny when I say it like that, but we promised our Beetle a small facelift. Just a tiny update. And a part of that update is a brand new audio system. It's not anything super hi-fi, but when we were taking this car back from Germany, I turned the radio on, and both the front speakers were completely busted. The audio was basically unusable. And there's one more thing. It's actually unbelievable how hard this car is to reverse. So we've decided to add some parking sensors. So here they are. Oh, and one more thing. From one of our partners, smartware.sk, we've received a dash camera. And of course, we'll mount it into the car. We want this car's new owner to feel safe at all times. Mainly because everything that's going on is getting recorded. So, if anything happens on the road, they'll have the record to prove it. So all this is going to be packaged with the Beetle. Anyways, let's take a look at what's going on right now. There's not a single stone left unturned, or in case of the Beetle, plastics. Everything's disassembled. So let's take a look at what's been done and what's yet to be done. So, I've taken a look around the car, and apart from all these things I've mentioned, there's one more thing that's going to be done. The guys have taken off some plastic panels from the car, like for example, this engine cover, but mainly the interior plastics. Those seem to be the most worn down parts. I've said my piece about these plastics when I was transporting the car from Germany. The rubber coating peels off the plastics really easily, and it's disgusting. Volkswagen decided to use this weird surface finish, and it gets really sticky after some years. It's unpleasant to touch, and the worst part of this is that all you need is a nail scratch and it stays there permanently. I consider these plastics irreparably damaged, so the guys have taken them all off. Some from the sensor tunnel, some around the radio, and they've also completely removed the door cards. That's also because of the audio installation, but we'll take these plastics to a place that can give them a brand new life. You'll find out what I'm talking about soon enough. All I can say right now is that the surface finish is going to be different, and there'll be a very nice pattern. So, let's leave that as a surprise into the next episode. Essentially, we're trying to tune the car so that it can look nice as a whole. We don't want this to end up as a stereotype of a tuned car. We want the car to look nice and stylish. We want it to please the eye and the heart when you look at the car. Because when somebody wins this car, we want them to be proud of the car they're driving. I'll leave the guys to their work, because I'm really curious how the audio is going to sound now. Oh, by the way, we're leaving the stock radio, and there's a very good reason behind that. Of course, it doesn't play that well, but thanks to the brand new speakers and all the other modifications, the audio is going to improve a lot. But this is the reason why we're keeping the stock radio. Simply put, it fits the interior very well, especially design-wise. It's interesting, and it fits the car. Even the backlight fits it. Just the way it should. Well, now I'm really curious how the result is going to look and sound. Really can't wait. A full day has passed and I'm back at the crime scene at audiotuning.sk, and right now I'm going to take a look at how the Beetle looks right now, because they told me that it's not as easy as it seems. So, let's take a look. Mamma mia, seeing the Beetle again like this. What's happened? Just look at it. All this in the back, that's disassembled. This all should have been just a simple install of some parking sensors. You'd think that must be pretty easy to install. Not the case if you own a new Beetle. And there's a very good reason for that. For you to be able to remove the rear bumper, you have to do all this. You have to remove the fenders, the wheel liners, along with the wheels. And when it's all taken off like this is what you're left with. Basically a whole second car. Why is it so, you might be asking? Well, it's because this car has a very atypical design. That means the assembly is pretty atypical. An interesting design, but there's a price to pay for such things. The assembly definitely isn't easy. And what does it take to disassemble the rear end? Well, if we're speaking about an experienced technician, this whole disassembly takes 3 to 4 hours. The guys have already pulled out the wiring in the meantime, so that's all ready. And they've also soundproofed the doors very well. The same, or rather very similar, sound deadening is going to get installed to the door cards as well. And there's a simple reason why they're not mounted. We'll be taking the door cards to that secret place as well. We're going to get rid of the nasty plastics, and we'll probably leave the rest as a surprise. And the sound deadening is getting installed into the door cards as well. The guys have taken out the part where the speaker sits and taken some wiring out so that it plays properly. That's brand new wiring. And the same goes for the rear. The original speakers went straight into the trash. They were torn and unusable. To the junkyard you go. There were holes in them, and the membranes were completely separate from the speaker. I'm really curious about the quality of the music in the end. There's a total of 6 brand new speakers getting installed into the car. The highs and bass in the front of the car, and the mids in the back. As you could have seen from the doors, the guys are taking their sweet time to soundproof this. I think the end result is going to sound incredible, but there's still a whole lot of work left to be done. Come to think of it, now I really can't say if I'm looking at the front or the back. And the last thing that's going to get installed is the dash cam. This one can monitor the front and the back, so that whoever wins this car in the end, they can rest assured everything is going to be on tape. You'll have it all saved to the dash cam. Well, let's all hope the car gets assembled in time. There's still one more technical checkup we have to go through. After all the Slovakiaing fun, we want to make sure the hardware is fine. After that, the car is getting wrapped. And after that, the car is going to be fairly finished. We can pick its winner then. The one of you, the lucky winner. And you'll win this tuned and brand new Beetle. I kinda wish I could win this car, but I can't enter. So one of you is getting this. 3 days have passed since we brought the Beetle in here for the first time, and we're right back at audio tuning again. We're finally collecting the car, so that we can finally transport it to another workshop of another partner. This time, it's going to be a complete exterior transformation. The guys at Beauty Car Detailing are going to make sure that the car is going to look and smell brand new, which I'm pretty excited about. But you'll see that in the next episode. Let's look at the state of the car right now. As you can see with a quick glance, this is the first time when Beetle is leaving the shop less complete than it came in. But that's not to say that the guys did a bad job. But to be honest, it looks like a prototype of sorts without the door cards. As you can see, we've chosen the Hertz speakers, which is already a pretty respectable brand when it comes to listening. All there's left to do now is to hope that the door cards are going to get returned looking much better than they did before. But looking at the doors right now, I don't think there's going to be any problems with road noise in the future. The sound deadening was applied to both the front doors and of course the rear as well. And this all is going to get covered, along with the rear speakers of the same brand. This is going to play really nice. But, looking inside, there's not even a radio inside. That's because the radio is getting modified as well. We'll see how it looks when it comes back. That sadly means that while the speakers are installed, we can't really test how well they play. But I'm looking forward to that day. And this beautiful third brake light is soon getting replaced by that beautiful wing we have. We really can't wait to install it finally. I feel like this is going to be the party piece of the whole car. It'll completely change the looks. Now that the car is lowered on beautiful wheels, I feel like the wing is the only thing that's missing. I still don't know what's Joseph's plan with the wing. I have no idea how it's going to look in the end and what surface finish it will have. And today's last upgrade, the dash camera from Nextbase, from my partner Smartwear.sk. I'm sure this will help the new owner a whole lot. Okay, but enough talking. We don't need to praise this car so much. We all know it's perfect. So now I'll sit into the car and we'll bring it to the next shop where they take a look at the paint and clean the interior. And I'm looking forward to the results of that. See you in the next one.